Hey, fourth grade, welcome back. This is week 6, day 1. So go ahead and grab your packets so that we can get started with today's activity. We are still working in our rocks and minerals unit. And today we are going to be going over the vocabulary for this week, as we do every Monday. And then once we go over the vocabulary, then we'll go through the vocab activity together as well, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Our first vocabulary word for this week is natural resources. Can everybody say that? Good job. Natural resources. Natural resources is a noun, which means it's a thing. Natural resources are any materials such as minerals, water, coal, and wood that exist in nature and can be used by people. So think about anything that you can get from nature and use it. For example, here in the third column, they have a picture of wood, which we know comes from trees, and then they have a picture of rocks there. The second definition for this, or the second vocabulary word for this week, is the word mine. Now, not like that jacket is mine. No, this particular mine is a verb, which means it's an action. So to mine means to dig coal, gold, or other minerals out of the ground. So it's an action, it's something you do. So in the third column there, you see two men there, and it looks like a cave. It looks like they're mining for minerals out of the ground. All right, the third vocabulary word is economic. Can you guys say that? Economic. Very good. So this word is an adjective. So that means it's a describing word. Economic means it's having to do with money and goods. So anything that is economic, it's describing something that has to do with money and or goods. For example, here's a cash register. This is something you would see like at a grocery store or a retail store where you go and buy things. That's economic. It's having to do with money. All right, our next vocabulary word is the word generate, another verb. To generate something means to create or to produce something. For example, the fan generates airflow. It creates that. Okay. The next word is preserve. Can you guys say that? Good. Preserve is another verb. It's another action word, which means to protect or to keep fresh. So for example, we preserve the food in jars. Very good. Have your parents ever told you to, put the lid back on something so you can preserve it so it doesn't go bad? You want to keep it fresh. That's preserving it. And the next word is valuable. Valuable is an adjective. It's a word to describe something. It means something that is of great worth, like gold. Gold is very valuable. Money is very valuable. Things that can't be bought with money but are still valuable would be things like your family or friendships. Those are things that are valuable. They have great worth. All right, our last two vocabulary words. The first one is or. Can you guys say that? Or, not like this or that. No, this or is a noun. It's a thing. It's a kind of mineral that contains other more valuable minerals. So an ore, once again, is a kind of mineral that contains other more valuable minerals, right? And our last vocabulary word for this week is the word transparency. Slow down and say that with me. Transparency. Very good. Transparency is also a noun. It's the amount of light that's able to pass through. So think about like something that you can actually see through, right? It would be transparent. It has transparency. It has the ability to let light pass through it, all right? So now, the vocab activity that we're doing this week, they have given us sentences, and for each sentence, one of the vocabulary words has to be used to complete that sentence. So based on what we just went over, based on the vocabulary words and their definitions that we just went over, we're going to read these sentences and see which word makes the most sense in that blank. So what I've done on the side, you guys don't have this, but you can add this to the side next to this activity in your packet. I've given you guys a word bank. So this lists all of the vocabulary words that we just went over. So this is going to help us to keep in mind which vocabulary words there are. And this is also going to be a good way for us to track which ones we've already used. Okay, let's start with number one. Number one says, some people use salt to blank their food so it will last longer. Those words last longer is a big clue. So which of the vocabulary words to the right mean or it helps something to last longer? Okay, think about that picture we saw of the jars with the food on the inside. Yes, so that means to make something last longer, that means to preserve it. Preserve. Some people use salt to preserve their food so that it will last longer. Very good. Number two, the blank of the glass was blocked with a piece of paper. The blank of the glass was blocked with a piece of paper. If you have a piece of paper and something is blocked, that means there's something that can't pass through it. We talked about light being able to pass through something. That was the word transparency. So the transparency of the glass was blocked with a piece of paper. That means when the piece of paper was put up there, they were no longer able to see through it. Number three, coal is used to blank electricity and power factories. So coal is used for something to blank electricity and power factories. The one that makes the most sense here is generate, because when you generate electricity or you get power at factories, you have to use coal to generate or create that, right? Number four, the bracelet is blank to me because my best friend gave it to me. The bracelet is blank to me because my best friend gave it to me. Look at the words that we have left. Natural resources, mine, economic, valuable, or ore. Which one makes the most sense? If you said valuable, you are absolutely correct. The bracelet is valuable to me. Number five, the leaders of the business had to meet to discuss the company's blank situation. Natural resources, mine, economic, and ore. Which one would make the most sense here? The leaders of the business had to meet to discuss the company's blank situation. If you are thinking economic, because it has something to do with money, we know that businesses make money, you're correct. The economic situation. Good. Number six, all metals come from blank deposits found in the Earth's crust. We have natural resources, mine, and ore that is left. Which of these could be found in the Earth's crust? You're correct, it is ore. Remember, ore is a kind of mineral that contains other more valuable minerals. So minerals, we know, are found in the earth. Number seven, humans depend on blank for so many things, including food and shelter. I'm thinking back to the picture that showed the wood that we use to build things. And we know that wood comes from trees. Since trees are found in nature, that means we depend on natural resources. Yes, very good. And last but not least, number eight, people have been blank for gold in the United States since 1799 when gold was first discovered. So the one word we have left is mine, which means to dig coal or other minerals out of the ground, right? So it definitely makes sense here, but we have to do something special here. We have to change it from mine to mining to show that it's present tense. People have been mining for gold in the United States, okay? So that's the only thing we have to change for the last one. But other than that, you guys did an awesome job today, all right? So come back tomorrow with the week 6 packet, and we're gonna do the activity for day 2. Make sure you read the text, okay? Make sure you read the text before you come back for tomorrow's video. All right, see you.